We live on me. We live on stage. We good. Kev on stage. Hen on stage.
Everybody good?
Yeah. Oh shit. Let me get
in
in
here.
here.
We good. Yeah, buddy. You already know what it is. Second week in a row, man.
So much of porno music, man. I'm saying.
You already know.
Shit.
Yeah, buddy. Old heads, man. Episode 26, man. How y'all doing, man? We back again Saturday night, man. We got the NFL mid-season review, man. Big show today, man. We got talking about the MVP, who gonna win Rookie of the Year, Defensive Rookie of the Year, the Seattle Seahawks, man. What about the Packers? What about the Packers, y'all? Who would have thought? Wow.
Y'all want to see a dead body?
Wow.
Y'all want to see a dead body? It's over here. Got 12. We've been waiting. We've been waiting for that.
Wow. Man, y'all Packer fans, y'all chime in, let us know how y'all feel out there, man. But like I say, man, it's episode 26. If you already don't know, I'm your co-host, Omar, a.k.a. O'Milly, a.k.a. Mr. Rello. If you know, you know. Man, you can check me out on Facebook. You can check me out I'm on Instagram. I'm on, you all know where I'm at, man. I'm in lacrosse, man. You already know who Millie is, man. But, man, we got a great show today for y'all, man. But I'm going to go ahead and let these brothers introduce themselves, man. Episode 26, mid-season review. Who want to start out?
Man, Hendo, man, y'all should already know. On the East, they call me French loaf now, so I guess it's coin. A French here.
Wow. Frenchie, okay.
Oh, French.
Frenchie.
It's low.
French
The
love.
boy Bills, man. You know what I'm saying? Holler at me on the podcast, man.
Early. Early. Oh, we got a special guest today for y'all, man. He not necessarily an old head quite yet, but man, he on his way to making it there. New school, newish school. But man, we got my man Stubby in the building, man. A good dude right here, man. Real good dude, man. Been knowing him for a minute. He wanted to come on and talk his stuff, man. You want to introduce yourself, man? Tell people where they can find you at.
True. Aku on Facebook, Socks on Instagram. You know me. You love me. I'm the unspoken mayor of lacrosse. Let's run it.
Early. I love it. But let's go ahead and get right into it. I know we got the NFL mid-season review, but I did want to talk about the Utah Jazz, man. We can't be a sports podcast and not talk about what's going on in Utah. Right now, they're 10-3, and they're without question a surprise team of the season. Jordan Clarkson is still doing his thing, playing at a high level, averaging 18.6 points a game, along with 4.5 rebounds and 5.2 dimes. But the real surprise to me is Lauri Markkanen. Why couldn't he do this for the Bulls? He's averaging 22.7 points, 8.8 rebounds, and 2.5 dimes. Not only that, but they've also beaten some quality teams, including back-to-back wins against the Grizzlies, as well as picking up wins against the Nuggets and the Clippers, who hasn't had Kawhi. I don't get that. But anyway, are the Jazz seem as if they're not going to win the Victor sweepstakes, but are they for real? Can they keep this up, or what do you guys think? You think it's just kind of this starting out fast, and by mid-All-Star break, they'll kind of fall back to reality?
This is a good team right here. This is a team I wanted to see be successful since the trades. They got rid of what you would call kind of the dead pieces that they were taking them there but kind of holding them back, I feel. You know, Rudy G and Donovan Mitchell, they did everything they could for him, but they hit a plateau and they couldn't do nothing for him.
Rudy's still there.
Oh.
Rudy ain't there.
Rudy with Timberwolves. Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
He catching lives every night from that man.
Yeah.
Oh, that's smart, man.
Timberwolves, he's over there with
That's
Anthony
my bad.
Edwards.
Yeah, they got rid of him first.
Yep, he was the first one gone. He went over there for some big trades.
My fault.
But they kind of got rid of what they said, kind of some pieces that plateaued out that can actually be good somewhere else, but just wasn't working for them. They got some new pieces that are healthy and got that good system going. Thing about Lauri, Laurie is great. I've never doubted his talent. He just can't stay healthy. He's always been kind of nagged with little injuries that take him in and out the lineup, and then they kind of nag him throughout the season. That really kind of costs him, going further into the playoffs and things of that sort. But otherwise, I've never doubted this team. This team is a great potential team. The only thing I do doubt is the youth. Whenever we see young teams like this, they always make these type of strides to me, but then they fizzle out real fast in the playoffs because they can get out-coached easily because they just have a lot of inexperience. A lot of these guys really haven't gone that far into the playoffs, with the exception of, Jordan Clarkson. He's actually been decent there, but they don't really go that far. So this is going to be an interesting team to see if they can keep this momentum and this glue and work on that bench a little bit. But they can go far. But I can see them getting beat by a well-experienced team. Like I can see like a fully healthy Clippers team running through them, or a Suns team like that has that background, has that going through them like that. Grizzlies, they're equal because they're kind of young still too, so I can see them making them mistakes. But hell, I can see maybe even a healthy LeBron team going through just because of all the veteran pieces. Young people, they got all the athletic ability, but sometimes that works against them too.
I will say one thing about that though, because I 100% agree. I was waiting for you to say playoff too, because I 100% agree. They don't get exposed. They're a good team for this regular season, and I love seeing teams be in sync like that. And that's what they got working good for each other. They swing the ball. You know what I'm saying? They know the plays they run, and everybody they roll. And when you got a team full of guys like that, and there's actually some talent on that team, you're gonna see what we're seeing. Because a lot of teams, they're just throwing names on the team. They ain't cohesive.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what they got going for themselves. But I do see they ceiling. Now follow me when I say this. They're going to get exposed in the playoff. It's most likely going to be in the first round.
Yeah.
And they ceiling is probably the first round.
Yeah.
But on the flip side of that token, if they do run into an LA team or a team like that run into some problems, I see the Jazz can possibly even make it to the second round.
Yeah.
Because you are that cohesive.
Yeah.
When you are that much of a team, man, like no offense to my homeboys at the crib, Rob, Mal, Daryl, these dudes couldn't hoop. Sorry. But they know. They scrubs. They were scrubs. I was the hooper out of the group. So we knew what each other could do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we actually got a win before. I remember getting one win. You know what I'm saying? But like we kind of knew what each other could do.
Right.
We played a good game before. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if you can go into a game like that, because I played with a whole bunch of good dudes before too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that ain't always the most cohesive thing. You might get some dubs, but I'm over here, Horace Grant, just cleaning the ball off the glass, putting it right back. I'm not about to get the ball.
Right.
Mooch finna shoot this shit every time. You know what I'm saying? This nigga's name is Mooch.
Right.
Mooch. No, Mooch finna shoot every time. This is Jim, nigga, motherfucker
They
in
look
the
well
rural.
coached, though. They look like that coach really put some work in and putting them pieces and making it work all together. It's good.
Yeah,
I can say,
I feel like they good. They look good right now.
Yeah, I can say, like, I'm a little bit surprised, but I can say it's a strong team. Like, when it comes playoff time, that's when the minutes are gonna matter. That's when everything changes. That's when you guys start seeing your vets come out a little bit more, though, like the Michael Conley Jr.'s come off the
He
bench.
can't stay healthy neither.
Hey, if he's healthy during the playoffs, he is the best backup you got.
That's
Right.
He's one of
the type to
any
give you
ex-starter
two
is the
good
best.
games. He give you 2 good games out of a 7 game.
Right,
stretch.
and
but the
then
thing
you got
is-
Rudy Gay still sitting there.
What the thing is though,
Yeah,
Damn.
yeah, Rudy Gay is still sitting
He's
there.
in Utah, right?
Yeah, he's in Utah. We
That's what
talking
I thought.
Utah.
I forgot he
That's
was
what
in
I-
Rudy
Utah.
Gay is sitting there in Utah.
I just saw that
But listen,
game.
but
I'm like,
yeah,
I could have
but
sworn he
listen.
was with Utah.
name me a center. Name me a true center on there.
Kelly Oubre.
Kelly Oubre struggles.
He struggles, but he's a true center.
Okay, but
No,
my
Kelly,
bad.
no, Kelly's
My thing
Kelly
is,
Olynyk, you mean?
Olenek.
My thing
Sorry,
is-
Olenek.
my thing is-
Olenek. Sorry.
that sounds good until you run into a DeAndre Ayton. That sounds good until you run into a Zion. That sounds good until you run into an AD that's healthy. That sounds good until you run into Joker. I'm just saying, all that sounds good, but when it comes into a playoff situation
That's when you
and they're
coach.
pumping these guys, this is when the coaching comes into play with the
Right.
big pieces.
That's
They're
when the
missing.
coaching's coming into play.
They're looking good now with the run and gun, but when the defensive schemes here suddenly change up and people start understanding, okay, this is their hot guy, this happens. But this is why we run the whole season.
Right.
That's why it's short season. Everything looks good now. teams crumble, teams pressure breaks. You know what I'm saying? It gets bust pipes or make diamonds, and that happens during mid-season. Though everything looks good. I remember an Atlanta Hawk team that looked amazing,
Kyle Korver,
amazing.
Yeah.
Al Horford,
Yeah.
Josh Smith
Coach Bud.
They had
looked
four-
amazing.
Oh, you
Yeah.
talking about, Josh Smith?
All of them.
They had 4 All-Stars that year.
Nigga, the whole starting team, the whole starting 5 went to the All-Star game. And they got dusted in the first round. They got dusted. Not just beat, dusted. How you have 4 All-Stars off your starting team and get dusted?
A good coach.
But this is like what I can kind of see. I feel like they all have the pieces. They were cohesive too. They found each other too. But as soon as they got to that playoffs, they put that pressure on. That shit popped. And I just like I said, I got a lot of faith in this team, but I got to see a little bit more. They look great though.
They need more talent.
Yeah.
They need like the stars. It's what they need.
That's-
They need
that's
fourth
what-
game
that's-
closing potential.
That's what I was gonna say.
They
I think,
need a
I think
guy.
right
They
now.
just need to close.
I think
Yeah,
right
they
now
have to
they're
be
I
young.
feel it.
They're young. They move the ball around really well.
They shoot good.
And then they have a lot of good shooters, but I feel I kind of like I'm just picking back what you guys said is they need a star when it comes down to playoff time if they even make the playoffs. I mean,
Oh, they'll
because,
sure.
I mean,
They'll
because,
make it.
they-
They'll
they
make
can play
it.
it.
They'll
yes,
make it.
yeah. The way I'm yes and no because, like you said, Laurie's always had an issue with being healthy.
Yeah.
So if Laurie gets healthy, and that can definitely throw a wrench into things because he's a big part right now of their success. So I think right now they're kind of benefit from being young, having shooters right now, being healthy, and on top of that, with these teams like the Grizzlies and the Clippers, the regular season for them, it's important, but they're kind of more or less revving up to get into where All-Star break, and then after
Right.
All-Star, we're looking at the big picture. Because a lot of people aren't thinking, we don't know how healthy Ja is fully.
Right.
Ja isn't fully back in NBA shape.
I don't think
So-
Zion's 100.
Oh,
I feel
absolutely.
I feel like he's about
And
90%.
then think about it. I hope the Jazz keep doing well because if they do, that would mean that if the Lakers keep losing, New Orleans could get Victor Wembanyama with the first pick.
That'd be sick.
That would
That'd be sick.
The rich just can't keep getting that much richer now.
But
Them boys
know
already.
how
man,
So we're gonna be-
talking about the rich getting richer. The Green Bay Packers went from having one Hall of Fame quarterback to another Hall of Fame quarterback. Doesn't happen. Only time I can personally think of it in my past time is Joe Montana,
Yeah.
Steve Young,
True.
and Peyton Manning going to
Denver.
Andrew Luck.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Andrew
Well,
Luck.
Andrew Luck-
Andrew Luck.
You know, Andrew was nice, man.
No,
He just-
and-
And Hall of Fame, though.
no, hell
No, that's all I'll say. If he wouldn't have retired early,
Yeah.
he without question would have been a surefire Hall of Fame. Without
Facts.
question.
Yeah, he's supposed to-
Without question.
without debate. He
But,
was nasty.
Yeah, he
But-
knew when to get out. He knew when to get out.
Bitch couldn't
Yeah.
stay healthy neither.
But
Yeah, he couldn't stay healthy, but he knew when to get out.
yeah,
Let's
yeah.
put it like
I'm
that.
not-
He knew
I'm
when to
His
not-
get
body
out.
told
I'm-
him to get out. He didn't
Yeah,
know. His
I'm
body
not
told
mad
him.
at- I'm not
This
mad
nigga-
for that.
This
at all.
nigga retired in preseason, nigga.
You know how many people would try to stick it out for a check?
Name me
though?
another nigga that retired in preseason.
Yeah.
Retired, nigga.
It was actually
I'm just saying, ain't too many.
no.
Ain't too many.
It was a linebacker though for the 49ers. He just retired. I think he played 1 year, then retired. He's really good.
Hold on.
Mhm.
Didn't Glenn Coffey do the same thing
I think so.
for the 49ers back in the day? He went
As you
back
said,
to the
back
Army.
in the day.
It
Back in the
wasn't-
day.
It wasn't that far back in the day.
Shit, but it don't. I mean, he went to the army. It was.
No, he retired. No, he retired to go back to the Army.
I
He
mean-
said the money didn't matter to him.
His mind was in the army.
Got
No,
killed
no,
over there.
no,
No,
the black dude, big
oh,
Jack
okay.
dude,
Yeah.
dog. He's
It
just
was a
like
white dude for the Cardinals went to the army, or whatever, and that nigga died over
On my
there.
soul.
This
Yeah.
shit was suspicious as a mother.
Yeah, I know you're talking
Yeah.
about. Yeah,
Hey,
I know
dude was big as fuck though.
big.
I was happy to have Buddy there. I was like, God damn, he looked like he could take out about 5 or 6 insurgents barehanded.
So, wow.
I'm sorry, dude was big. You ever watch dude play? He looked like he almost trying to kill a person on the field. I'm about to
Take
send
out
that
5
nigga
insurgents at once.
on my life.
Wow.
He manhandled the tank
Stupid as
by
hell.
himself.
Hell
Insurgents.
no. You said insurgents.
Don't worry. I got
Do
this.
you guys think the Packers will win another game this year? They have Dallas, Tennessee, at Philly, at Chicago. Then they have a bye week. Then Rams, at Miami, Minnesota, and Detroit.
They're gonna catch another win.
As long as Detroit Lions is on the motherfucking schedule,
Can't
for
say that.
anybody,
Can't say
you
that.
sure can. But I'm saying it, as long as the Detroit Lions on the schedule for anybody, you got a chance of winning you a game.
They just held the Packers to 9 points.
They did one time,
Yeah.
2 games.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, I gotta say it, man. It's always an option. The Lions are the only team in NFL history that are the kings of shooting themselves in the motherfucking foot. They are the Plexico Burris of the NFL.
Yeah.
No.
They will no.
They don't even like.
They was about to beat the Bears on several occasions, and they always managed to lose.
Yeah.
They threw a deep ball to Megatron. He caught it, put the ball on the ground as he sat down,
Yeah.
and they ruled it die catch, and we won it.
every time.
They targeted Swift. Goff looked at Swift, targeted. Swift looked at him, looked at the ball, and dropped it in the end zone just like that, off nobody guarding him. They are the kings. They are the kings.
Yeah, I would not ever bet on them.
They
so,
were.
So
they-
y'all got them winning one more game.
At least
Yeah.
one more.
At least one more.
Don't forget how
At least one more.
Aaron
At
Rodgers
least
did them the
one
one
more.
time. They were winning the whole game and lost in the final second of the game when he threw a Hail Mary. They were winning
Yeah.
the whole game. They're the only team to win for 59 minutes and 99 seconds, or whatever seconds, or 59 seconds. But that last second, they lost that game. That's the whole thing. They literally, that's a stat.
I got them.
The Lions.
I got them winning back-to-back wins. I got them losing to Dallas this coming up week. I got them losing to Tennessee. I don't think they're going to be able to stop Derrick Henry. And one thing, watch your cup. Another thing too, Mike Vrabel was a hell of a coach that doesn't get enough credit. If you think about it, Tennessee is the only team in the NFL that's scary and they run the ball.
That's all they have to do is run the ball.
Yeah,
They have the
it-
biggest
yeah.
dude that has ever ran the ball, ever besides Jerome Bennis, running the ball.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't even listen. If I was on defense
They'd
and I had to
run
think
that.
about tackling Derrick Henry 30, 40 times in a game, my body already starts to hurt.
I'm trying to tell you.
Dude, it's
Brian
huge.
Foster, too, was big, too.
You ever tackle a big motherfucker?
Yes,
Yes.
that shit
You get
sucks.
kicked all in your face and shit.
I bounced off a dude.
I'm about to
before.
say, so you try to go up high.
I did one time.
Like you gotta go low. You gotta trip.
I know that now.
Yeah.
You still get
But-
kicked all
but
in your shit or something.
The
Trying
day I
to be
learned
fancy.
it, I went up high.
Yeah.
And I learned this ain't the right.
No.
And I never got hit like that again.
No,
I
not
learned.
Big motherfuckers.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
learning experience, always.
I got them losing at Philly. I got them winning. Actually, got them beating Chicago.
We gonna
Just
get
be-
one of those games.
Just because at that point they'll be on an 8-game losing streak,
Right.
and I don't see Aaron Rodgers. I don't see Aaron Rodgers lose to Chicago, and I'm totally
You ain't see
okay.
Aaron Rodgers losing 4 times.
But
nigga?
me personally, I'm totally okay with him. I'm totally okay with us losing. I want us to lose the rest of the way so we can get us a great lottery pick, have all that cap money, and then we good to go. And then it's a bye week, and then I have them beating the Rams coming off a bye. I just think the Rams, they just look
Yeah,
like,
they ain't shit.
I almost feel like they feel like we got our ring, and they just don't seem nowhere near as hungry.
Yeah.
And then I have them losing to Miami, Minnesota. Last game of the season. Who knows if Aaron Rodgers will even at that point? Who knows if Aaron Rodgers will even be playing? They might say, "Let's see what we got with Jordan Love," and I got them losing to Detroit. But I got the Packers. I got them winning 2 more games this year. But one thing I did want to talk about, man, talking about the Bears, I know I was extremely happy seeing what the direction we're moving in. The NFL actually admitted that they missed 2 crucial calls against the Bears. I was highly upset about this. I know you were. We ended up losing 35-32. It was the first one with
Claypool.
no, it was actually the first one with Eddie Jackson. And the NFL admitted
He said he was
that
the ball.
that wasn't a penalty.
Yeah.
They called us that wasn't a penalty. And then the next one, which is probably the most egregious, which is the one you just alluded to, the Chase Claypool one, which literally he was being pulled down by 2 hands. I don't know how he missed that. That would have put the Bears inside the 25-yard line. And then in doing some research looking at this, our kicker Santos has not missed a kick
He's perfect.
all year long.
Shout out
And
to
not
Santos.
only that, now shout out to Santos, man. I think we finally got one. Not only that, but he is 2 for 2 from beyond 50 yards.
Yep.
And we were inside the 25-yard line.
Oh, yeah, that was good.
So, I mean, it was almost guaranteed that we're going to overtime if they make that call. If not win it with the way Fields is playing, because that would have given us a first and 10
Yep.
on the 25-24. So
It'll put us in better.
I
it'll
don't
put us in
know,
better
man.
scoring.
What
We
do
were
you-
actually pushing those drives too. We're actually looking pretty good.
Yeah, we were looking really good. What do you guys think? You think the NFL, can they do anything about this? Because it seems like we seem to see this 3-4 times every year, where they miss a call, then it's Monday morning is, hey, we're sorry we missed it.
Yeah,
What do
fuck
you
all
think
that.
they can do? Can
I
improve?
ain't got an answer, but I got a suggestion.
Okay.
Motherfucking what I had said was two motherfucking things. I said motherfucking the blown calls. First of all, they should be a finable offense on the ref. Maybe you know what I'm saying? Maybe you'll get it right if you know what I'm saying. I don't know. If it's egregious, like really, really bad. But I also said anything in the fourth quarter should be reviewable. Because during the
I like
course of the
that.
game, you know, that's gonna slow the game up too much. But in the fourth quarter, say you pick a certain time, under 7 minutes or 8 minutes or some shit, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Or the whole fourth, I don't fucking know. But the coach can motherfucking say review that shit without it like costing him costing him a motherfucking timeout. You know what I'm saying? Anything that's, you know what I'm saying? Because those things don't be reviewable. You know what I'm saying? The shit that's reviewable is like, was it pass interference or, you know what I'm saying? They don't
Was
be
he in and out
reviewable.
of bounds?
Yeah, you know what I'm
Shit like
saying?
that.
Yeah,
Was he
yeah.
down?
So certain
Did the
should
ball
be-
hit the ground?
Yeah, but like the
Was
coach
knee
should be
down
able to,
before cross and
yeah,
shit
you
like
should
that.
be able to review anything
Yeah.
that you think is questionable.
You can review a call.
You know what I'm saying? You should be able to review
You can.
anything that you think is questionable without it costing you. You know what I'm saying? At least get up to like 3 of those or some
I
shit.
agree with that. Fine. I think
like
that's.
that.
I think that should be a staple.
Mhm.
The second thing is going off what I've ever seen with referees. I thought you were just supposed to throw the flag just if you see something like that, and then whether it's right or wrong, and then review it. That's what I always thought they were supposed to go on.
It's kind of
But then they had got to that other year where they were like, okay, now if you make that call, stick to your call.
well, if
So
you make
now they kind of forced them refs like, okay, if you
Well-
throw it for that, it has to be that.
Well,
But I
it's
always thought
harder-
it was just throw it and just let it
because
review.
it's harder to overturn the call once you call it.
Right.
It has to be
But it
clear
should-
evidence.
right, but it
not
sh-
now.
That
if-
should have been just a flag thrown and had it overturned. That's how that play should have been. They should have just threw that flag and just checked it in the score
Yeah.
box.
That's
I
true.
mean,
But-
that's
but
a way of doing it too.
They
though,
checked it
honest.
for the first one where they called it on, you know what I'm saying, on Eddie Jackson. They reviewed that. And they got that wrong upstairs, nigga. That was a call that got wrong upstairs. They reviewed that even and said that he got called for that. That's what baffles me. That was a call from up top.
I don't
The
know.
second one, they should have just thrown the flag and took it up top. That's why. But the first one, that was wrong in both areas. So that should have been a fine on that
I like that
referee staff. They should have been hit with a fine. Y'all fucked up because I'll be honest with you. I'm still upset about the Dez Bryant miscatch. They say it was a catch. I'm just saying that was a catch. But how you come out a year later like, you know what, Dez, you caught it. How you think that
They
man like
always say
what?
shit like that.
I don't want to hear that shit no
But they
more.
don't want to be wrong. So they'd be like, yeah, Reggie Bush,
So,
you know what?
what'd you
Yeah,
do-
y'all
what'd
was
you
all
do to-
wrong, but you still can't have that Heisman.
But what'd you do to
Right.
reimburse me?
Yeah,
Right, what'd you do to
yeah.
reimburse me though?
But
Yeah, on the real.
my key question
That's
is,
five.
who would get the fine? The head
The referee staff.
all of them.
Yes. There's a group. You work as a
Yeah,
group.
I
No,
feel
you
it.
work as a group. You
I feel it.
refereeing, you work as a group.
Well,
Okay.
You hit the
yeah,
group.
on a blown call or no call,
And
the
they
whole
still
group.
Yep, and they still had to come together, mind you. It wasn't just
One
one.
motherfucker
They
made
come
a
together
bogus
and they
call.
talked about that.
You
And they sent it
right.
up to the box. They talk about it. So the group made a group decision. That's the call. All y'all get fined as a group.
All right.
Unless it's one dude in the car that's snitching. Like, hey man, that shit ain't mine. No, you know what I'm talking about?
Hey,
No,
the
no,
one
no,
referee,
dog in the car
I
like,
stayed over there, man. I was over by the field
You know
goal
what I'm
post.
saying?
I was, man, nothing to do.
I told them motherfuckers that wasn't. I told them that wasn't a good play. Bro.
Y'all
I told
wrong.
them,
Hey, y'all wrong.
On the real.
For real.
I feel it. I feel it.
Hey,
Fuck you. He ain't
calls get
fined.
blown every day, B.
Man,
Okay,
it,
big
bro.
facts.
On the real.
it happens. It happens.
They waiting for us to go to Arlington.
It sucks, but I mean, like I said, I don't know. It happens, man. Like I said, but I definitely love that. Anything in the fourth quarter should be.
I'm sweating.
Pressure.
But yeah,
That pressure.
yeah, but yeah, I don't know, man. Like I said, I love the fourth quarter I think maybe definitely fourth quarter anything should be challengeable, or maybe say you have 2 challenges. You know what I'm saying? Come fourth quarter specifically. You know what I'm saying? To where you can challenge. You know what I'm saying? Anything. And like you said, it should be reviewable because you have seasons that the season shouldn't be changed because of a referee call. Now I understand that people are human, it happens, but that's why we have all this technology because we are human. So, like I said, I really love that idea of having the fourth quarter. But this is the NFL mid-season review. And I wanted to go over who you guys think should be MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, Offensive Player, Defensive Rookie of the Year. But now, I kind of wanted to ask, I guess I'll start out. MVP, I know he's hurt right now. Hopefully won't be out for long. But I kind of went with Josh Allen of the Bills. Right now, they're 6-2. He's accounted for over 80% of the Bills' offense, which is crazy. Like, they don't have any offense without him. He's one of the top as well at throwing the ball. He's 7th for QBR. Hopefully that elbow injury, I've heard some possibly could be Tommy John.
Yeah.
Possibly.
That's
Hopefully.
lingering. That sucks.
Yeah, hopefully it's nothing that lingers. Hopefully it's just maybe be off a few games and, hopefully it heals up. But, hopefully he doesn't have to miss any significant time. But I would say, as of right now, having that Bills team be 6-2, he accounts for so much of that offense. I got Josh Allen MVP right now. Who would you have?
Actually, I went with Josh Allen too.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Stripped out, same reason.
Okay.
Man. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's a not surprise team because they've been coming on for the last few years anyway. But like that's the team that took off this year. You know what I'm saying? Between them and Philly, you know what I'm saying? That's the team that took off. That's doing the best, and they run off him. You know what I'm saying? They got a nice defense or whatever too, but that running game suspect. You know what I'm saying? And that team is just, you know what I'm saying, predicated off how good he do. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like Allen Iverson or some shit back in the day with the 76ers. You know what I'm saying? He was on offense. He was the engine that, you know what I'm saying? Everybody else get a couple points, but he was the engine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Dog the engine.
I like that metaphor. What do you feel? MVP right now?
Right now, even though he had 2 concussions, going with Tua, it's scary, man.
Yeah.
Tua?
Yeah, for the
scary,
same
man.
reasons, though.
Okay.
For the same
Okay.
reason,
No,
he's scary.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought about that shit too, though. That team looked way better with him on the field.
Oh man.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm not mad at
The
that.
season might be over with if he wasn't playing.
Right.
For them.
Because all I can say, depending on what their record ends with, doesn't show the talent that this man has. Like, he's only a sophomore, right?
I
And
think it's second, third year, something like that.
Yeah, so be like sophomore, junior
This is
year.
3rd year.
So yeah, and he's out here balling with the best of them
He just
after having
got
2 concussions in the same season.
Mhm.
And he's like, he finished the game with a concussion, still won the game. Like, come on, my guy. Like,
I'm not mad.
if you're
I'm
not the
mad.
heart of your team doing something like that, like, I understand everybody's scared against protocol. Like, I get the protocol. They gave him the chance to get back in the game, but after that, I wouldn't have gave him the chance for the second.
Gotcha.
But he just too much heart.
Bro, I'm not mad at that, bro. I think they're 6-0, 7-0, going back to last year, I think, or something like that, with Tua, something like that. You can look it up, but like I said, I'm not mad at I'm not mad at that. I wouldn't have a number 1, but for somebody to say right now he's MVP, I'm not mad at that. What do you say, Hendo?
Jalen Hurts.
Okay.
He's the most proficient quarterback I've seen as far as a mixture of running, throwing, and being accurate. He has that Eagles offense looking nasty, and they're scary.
Yeah.
They're scary to look because you can't stop them. They run so many RPOs, /fakes, and he's very efficient as far as getting slants, deep balls, and he keeps a variety of looks. They're looking good right now, and if he keeps playing like that, it's going to be hard to say that he ain't going to be the MVP.
Okay. I'm not mad at that.
Man, that is.
Well, shit. Okay, you had him.
Lamar Jackson, honorable mention.
Yep, right
Lamar
there for
Jackson,
me too. Yep.
honorable mention.
But he got to win some games though.
Yeah.
Think about the Eagles, man. They win the games.
Yeah, he needs some receivers.
But
Go ahead.
give that man a check. I'm sorry. Skip the MVP.
Somebody else
give
gonna
that man a check.
He needs to
Somebody
accept the
give
check.
him
Somebody
a
else gonna give him that check. You don't want to be there.
He don't want to be there because they don't want to deal with him. Guess who his manager is?
They don't wanna pay him.
Yeah.
They don't want to call. They don't want to call their quarterback and be like, "All right, this is how much money we're gonna give you for the next couple of seasons." They want to talk to an agent.
Yeah.
He don't want you to talk to nobody besides him. Give me my money. This is what I'm worth. Hands down. I feel like give him Pat Mahomes money.
He deserves it.
That's how good a player he is. Give him Pat Mahomes money, and I bet you he'll
Somebody else gonna give it to him.
Right.
The Ravens gonna sleep on that. Watch. They gonna call what we say shit the bed.
right.
Yeah.
Whoever he
They
signs
shit the
to.
bed.
He a running quarterback though. If he get
No.
hurt, man, they gonna look stupid as hell giving that much money.
To
They
a
look
point.
like any other team, like
Look at
the
Patrick.
Browns or anybody else who pick up a running quarterback who ain't played in years and giving him a max contract.
Look at
I'm
Patrick
not
though.
saying that's
No,
my
look at
opinion,
Deshaun
but that's what
Watson.
they gonna say.
A nigga haven't played in 3 years and you give him
Yeah.
$230 million.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the Browns.
He
fault.
hasn't played in.
That's the Browns' fault.
I'm not mad at
But
anybody.
Lamar,
I'm not mad at him. Get your money,
I'm
my
not,
man.
I'm not mad at anybody for getting the bag, and I totally agree with what you're saying. But if the NFL could pay Sam Bradford over $100 million, you could pay Lamar Jackson well over $250 million. I'm just keeping it a buck.
The Lord knows what his number is, though. You
Hey.
don't even know. He just declining every offer.
God knows.
He said, God knows. God did.
He knows too.
I'm telling you, that man would sign for 10 years. Give him $500,000. I
No,
mean,
he wants-
$500 million.
He wants
Give
more
him.
guaranteed money. That's what it is. If you're not talking about the guaranteed money, he's not interested.
Yeah.
Point blank.
I mean, and
I'm not mad at that.
And let's
Right.
just keep it a buck. A lot of us like Josh Allen because he's so much of that offense. Is it fair to say like he doesn't mean more to the offense more than Lamar Jackson means to the Ravens?
Sure don't.
He don't.
But we get tired of the same motherfuckers being MVP. and talking
Yeah, I
about
get that.
so
I get
motherfuckers
that.
always
I get
for a
that.
new motherfucker.
I mean, but that's just I don't know, man. That's tough.
MVP fatigue is what they call it.
MVP. That's exactly what they call it. That's why MJ didn't win every year.
On the real.
But talking about that, man, who would you think should be a defensive player of the year, Hendo? Who you got right now?
Defensive player of the year. I still think it's gonna. I think it's gonna be Von Miller still. Von Miller. He's starting out kind of slow, but he's still on a nice pace. But he ends out his seasons very well. I remember him starting out slow over with the Broncos and just heating up. They weren't even doing shit. He was still heating up. It caught like 8 sacks in like last 5 games or something like that. Something crazy.
He did that with the Rams last year too.
Right, so I can just see him. This is around the time where he starts catching up, and just he goes nuts. And Von Miller is a dog. He is the piece right now. The Rams are just kind of, damn. We sure wish we had that motherfucker Von Miller, man. He is cold. He is cold, man. LT, he just reminds me so much of LT sometimes. When I watch him, how fluent he can get to the quarterback. Yeah, I think it's Von Miller, man.
Fun, okay. Who you
I
got?
agree.
Von, really?
Yeah.
Von,
Ouch.
you can't deny it. I'm sorry. He always has that little slow start, but like he said, he finished with a bang, man. When it comes to defense, unless Jalen Ramsey sneaks up somewhere out of there and be like, yo, poof, here I am, it goes to Von.
Okay.
What about Nick Bosa? Out there,
Man, fuck Bosa.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
I would have said him, but I think he fell back a little bit because he catching little nagging injuries here and there,
Man.
and that's taking him in and out that rotation.
Right.
That's the only reason where I see my man staying healthy. You know, Von staying healthy. Granted, he goes slow, but he goes at his pace, and he manages his health very well. I haven't really seen him injured a lot.
Right.
My guy, I went off potential, you know what I'm saying, but I went off Michael Parsons.
I would've went there too.
You know
That's
what I'm
nice.
saying? I just like, you know what I'm saying, how much he can do. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you got this nigga on your team, you can line him up in so many places and have him doing so much scary shit. And if you on the other team, you gotta know what the fuck this motherfucker is at all
Got to.
times. You know what I'm saying?
Got to.
This could be a fucking problem. So yeah, I fucked with Michael Parsons.
Defensive player of the year. I had to go with no other answer, in my opinion. Michael Parsons, man. Granted, he plays on a great defense. That's something a lot of people don't talk about. You got Stephon Diggs, Lawrence, Van Der Esch, Anthony Barr. Also, they recently acquired Jonathan Hankins to show up their running game in the middle. But right now he has 8 sacks with his 5th, and he doesn't rush the quarterback nowhere near half of the guys that's the other 4 guys ahead of him. Like B.I. said, you can pretty much put him anywhere outside. You could damn near probably put him at safety because he's so fucking fast. Isaiah Simmons is, in my opinion, probably the most versatile defensive player in the league. That kid from Arizona, you can put him anywhere. Somebody else, a kid no one talks about. But Micah Parsons, man, he's a stud. He reminds me of what Khalil Mack was when he was with the Raiders. You can put him in the DT, you can put him in the middle, you can put him on any end, you can put him at linebacker, any linebacker position, and he's going to be productive. He can stop the run, he can get to the quarterback, you can drop him back in coverage. He's a guy, you said reminds of Lawrence Taylor. I've never seen anyone come close to Lawrence Taylor, with the exception of maybe Ray Lewis. But outside of that, I've never seen anyone. Lawrence Taylor, if you kids don't know, Lawrence Taylor looks like everyone else is in mud, and he isn't just on AstroTurf. That's how fast he's moving. Now, granted, he probably did an 8-ball right before that play.
Well,
But
on the pike.
But for the greatest, in my opinion, the greatest defensive player, probably the second greatest
Shout out to
football
Shark.
player ever. Oh my God. Oh
Shout
my
out to
God.
Shark, baby.
Oh my God.
He said, "Don't touch me. I'm worth $1
And
million."
then, if you bet not have no Hummer, he would saw that motherfucker in half. But yeah, I had to go with Michael Parsons, man. But one thing, kind of wanted to switch gears a little bit. I wanted to go with offensive rookie of the year. I went with Damian Pierce
He's
out
nice.
of the Houston Texans.
Texans,
I
running
love.
back.
Yeah, he's
cold.
more of a power back.
He's cold.
Right now he's rushed for 40 first downs, which is actually 4th among all NFL players. 678 yards, 20 catches for 98 yards, and he has 4 touchdowns, man. He's basically the Houston Texans offense. Davis Mills, I think, will be a solid backup. I think a guy kind of like a guy who kind of remind me of, when I think of backup for whatever reason, I think of Terry Bridgewater and Charlie Batch. Those are 2 guys who I feel like if your quarterback gets hurt and they're out for 3-4 games, they can kind of fill that hole. They're always great at filling that gap. No, not Nick Foles. Not Nick Foles. Nick Foles was 1 year wonder, maybe 2, but he actually had a good start when he first started. But that's another story. Then he got hurt. But yeah, I went with Damian Pierce right now for my offensive rookie of the year. Who y'all got?
Shit.
Want to kick it off? Want to say?
Chris
Yeah,
Olave, wide receiver from
Chris Olave.
yeah.
Olave for the Saints.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dog's nasty.
Yeah.
25
He's a beast.
catches, 385 yards,
Yeah.
2 touchdowns right now.
Uh-huh.
Dog's nasty. Yeah, and he's
definitely
out of all the
spell his
rookies
name
I've
wrong,
seen
though.
showing up right now, he's
nice.
showing up.
I used to get mad.
Yeah, Chris Olave.
I put a C in that motherfucker
Yeah,
for
Chris
some
Olave.
reason. I don't know why.
He nice.
Oak Clave.
They got
I don't know what
another
I'm talking
dude too, a little nigga like Tyshawn or something like that. That's nice.
Soon
Like I
as
said,
soon as
guys.
the Saints can get their quarterback
All 3
situation.
y'all got Olave? I think you got Olave too.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
damn,
crazy.
strike! No,
Yeah.
it's good.
I'm the oddball out. I'm the oddball out. Okay, well shit. Okay, you want to speak on it or you just
Nah. The only thing I got to say is I don't know why I spelled it that way. I don't know who I'm talking about apparently. So.
Oh yeah, Chris Olave out of Ohio State.
Mhm.
I don't know how to say it.
I like them because, shoot, I'm a Ohio State fan somewhat. Like,
Okay.
I did my history when Fields was coming, so I was like, damn, let me see what pieces is coming in the next few years, because I thought we was about to pull off some like the Bengals did. Go grab Chase, pull dog with us. We'll be good, somebody he's familiar with.
Yeah.
Him, Mooney, that's a nasty combination. But we went a different route. So, I knew he was coming. I just wanted to see what he was going to do, and he's performing. He's performing.
Okay. Chris Olave. Well, hey, I guess I'm the odd guy out. I had to go with the running back, man. Olave, he definitely had some help down there. Now, it could be tough next year if you could have Olave and Michael Thomas. That'll be tough.
Who throwing to him? Who throwing to him?
I'm about to say, who's throwing on the ball?
That I don't know.
They got to figure that out. Like I said, they can figure out their quarterback situation. They could be all right.
Yeah,
They got the running back. They got receivers. They a quarterback away.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what you saying?
That could have been a good
Rodgers.
spot for
I
us.
thought you were talking about Lamar Jackson.
Rodgers.
Nah, I see.
Rodgers.
I see Lamar tearing that up.
He should have took
I
over
see Lamar.
before.
I can see
right
Lamar
after
going
Breeze
there.
left.
I just see Lamar fucking that, man, killing that shit.
I see Lamar going to the Vikings though. Vikings looking for that. If Cousins don't take it this year, this year, shit, he could be up out of there.
I feel like he finna do some things this year. I feel like he gonna win at least 2 playoff games this year.
Yeah.
But
All
if he
gotta
don't,
do is win.
then what?
All he gotta
Okay,
do-
Like, you expendable. I see what you're saying. I see
You
what
and every
you're
other
saying.
Viking player gonna be like, shit. We gonna see what the resources looking like.
Expendable. That's a home expendable.
Now, somebody that's not expendable, defensive rookie of the year. I got a feeling we might all agree.
Man,
on
we
this
all
too.
got this on top, man.
Hey,
all that on the count of 3.
on count of 3.
1, 2, Sauce Gardner.
Sauce. Yeah, sauce. You got sauce too.
Dog
Sauce,
is
dog
some
is
bees.
sauce.
Dog is some bees. There's nothing to be said. Sprite.
T.
Hey, what? Yahtzee.
Basically. He didn't allow 3 years of Cincy. He didn't allow 3 years of college at Cincinnati. He didn't allow not one touchdown. He's allowed 1 touchdown so far this year, but he does have 12 pass deflections, which is first in the league, and he's allowed only 147 yards, which is the least among all rookie cornerbacks. Not to mention he has 2 picks, including a key pick that he had in the upset win over Buffalo last week. Now check this out. This, as I was doing some research, in October alone, Sauce, 21 of 31 passes thrown his way, has only given up 55 yards for the entire month of October. On top of that, and an interception, and a QB rating when you throw his way, 33.4. 33.4 when you throw his way. Sauce is absolutely special. It's sad because the guy drafted before him, Derek Stingley, seems to be really, really fucking good too. No one's talking about in Houston. He was a guy drafted before Sauce, but he had a really good 2019 season, I believe, or 2020 season, and he got hurt, and then he didn't have a not so good sophomore year. But he seems to be back fully healthy. But Derek Stingley's having a great year. But Sauce, if it wasn't for Sauce being an exceptional talent, Stingley would probably be looked at as possibly defensive rookie of the year. But Sauce Gardner, man, I mean, by the end of the season, this guy could be a top 5 cornerback in the league as a rookie. I would say the most impressive corner I've seen come in since possibly Champ Bailey, or maybe Charles Woodson. I would say Charles Woodson. But he's just a
That's a
statement. Yeah, it is. And trust me, I'm a huge Charles Woodson fan because I love Mitch. I remember watching the game, him coming off on the field with the rose in his mouth. I watched that game live. Like, I'm a huge Charles Woodson
big
fan.
Michigan fan, but yeah, he was cold though.
Yeah, so I mean, but Sauce is special, man. Everything from the swag, being in New York, he's a special dude, man. But anybody else want to talk about that? Or?
It's pretty much
The
unanimous, man. Sauce is it, man.
Sauce is the sauce.
As
man.
far as anybody rookie,
Mm-hmm.
he's the best rookie defensive player out here right now. It's a landslide. I don't see Barrett injury shit. Who else? Who coming up
I
next?
thought Diggs had a good rookie year last year. For the Cowboys with all the interceptions, and then Sauce came this year, was on lockdown. It was a whole different level.
Yeah, then he's so fucking long. He's 6'3". He's 6'3". So yeah, Sauce doing his thing. But Coach of the Year, and also we have GM of the Year. My Coach of the Year and GM of the Year is actually the same person. I had to go with it. Not this year. Not this year. I had to go with my man. Been fucking with him for a minute, Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll and the Seattle Seahawks.
Okay.
Now John Schneider is technically there, but he's more or less an advisor to Pete Carroll. But Pete Carroll is technically the coach and the GM. He's the one that has the final word, and without question, he has to be Coach of the Year. Not to mention the way he has Geno Smith playing. Geno's playing like he was playing in West Virginia. Vegas right now has Geno with the 7th best odds to win the MVP. Vegas has him, Geno fucking Smith, right now with the 7th best odds to win the MVP. He's 6th right now in the league in yards, 5th in touchdowns, and 4th in QBR. On top of that, they're 6-3, and on top of that, they're probably in one of the most talented divisions in the league. No one saw him going this way, and then not only that, when you look at what Pete Carroll did in the draft, they absolutely crushed the fucking draft. You got a left tackle maybe for the next 10 years in Charles Cross. Then on top of that, you got your linebacker, and they call him Boy Oh Boy. Boy Mafe seems to be a special edge right there. Then you have Kenneth Walker III, who's a running back right now. And then you got a right tackle and Abraham Lucas, who CBS Sports has him ranked as the 5th best rookie among all rookies. So you have a left tackle, a right tackle, and a running back in one draft. And then not only that, possibly the best player out that draft could be the cornerback that they got, the 6'4" kid Tariq Woolen, who seems to be a fucking Richard Sherman clone. He's 6'4", just like Sherman. Check this out. Sherman was drafted 154th. Woolen was drafted 153rd. They both were wide receivers that had to convert to being cornerbacks in college. Sherman had 4 interceptions his rookie year. Woolen already has 4 picks, and we're just midway through the season. Seattle and Pete Carroll absolutely are fucking crushing shit right now. It's super hard for him. The guy's 71 years old. Crushed the draft. It seems to be like that team. It seems to be a fun team to watch, man. They scrappy. They play defense. They young. And they just don't give a fuck, man. They bought into that system. I got Pete Carroll's Coach of the Year and GM of the Year right now. Who you got, Hendo?
I got the Eagles head coach Nick Sirianni. Dog's nice. He's really pulled the Eagles all the way together, man. I didn't see the Eagles doing anything like this, man. I'm gonna keep funky with the Eagles. Is my surprise team. I didn't expect them to come out. I didn't think Hurst was gonna utilize this squad like this. He got him balling. He got him looking good.
Okay.
And GM Ryan Poles. I think Poles gonna look like a genius next year.
Yeah.
He has literally pulled a lot of key moves that help us advance, and I'm eager to see what he does with all this money and all these picks, and especially where we land, like as far as lottery pool wise. Like that could be we could really hit, and I think the direction he's kind of going and how he's looking at things is a good for the whole team. At first, we had somebody under what I like to call frivolous spending. It was deals going anywhere. I seen anybody getting paid millions of dollars. I was surprised. I didn't know how people on my team were getting paid these millions. I didn't know how a quarterback sitting on the bench was getting $12 million a year, and starters was getting 15 a year, and then he ain't even playing. Who is this? I don't know. I'm wondering why End is getting paid $100 million, and he ain't had a tackle since 2019. And we done gave up the whole house for it. I'm just but now it's just things are starting to make sense, and I like the flow of what it is, and he's going to look like a genius soon. And I think a lot of people are kind of doubting him right now, but I think you got to trust the process and see what pans out.
I'm with Arlington. I'm not losing people.
Who you got? You got the same guy?
Both counts.
Really?
Both
Yeah,
counts.
that's crazy.
Yeah, both counts. He gets hurt
Yahtzee.
over their ball.
No, it's good.
He
Three
got-
kind,
he gets
baby.
hurt over their ball, and then the proof's in the pudding when it comes to the Bears. Like, you slowly but for surely are seeing where we're going with things, and the league's about to change. Like, in the next couple of years, the league's about to change. You can't beat it.
I like that. Hey, I'm not mad at that. I'm mad at that.
I cheated on my coach of the year. I picked 3 motherfuckers.
Okay.
Okay.
I picked the Jets, the Giants, and Minnesota. I liked all them coaches. I like the way they all look now. You know what I'm saying? You know, respectable. You know what I'm saying? And the GM, I picked Philly. You know what I'm saying? Because the motherfuckers picked up a couple of key
Didn't they though?
key pieces. You know what I'm saying? Since last year, receiver. They just got out of defensive line, man. Like, them motherfuckers made a couple moves, man. So, yeah, I went with the GM out there. Whoever the fuck that is.
Oh man, I'm not, man. Philly just balling, bro. Like, we can't. And like, they have. I think the one thing I can say about Philly, I would like to see them play against some tougher competition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but if
That's
you,
gonna
but
Teams is
you
teams.
beat on your schedule, man. One team that has been beating a lot of teams is the Bucks, and that's just move right along to our next segment. That's the team I picked. I think it's going to turn that season around.
Okay.
It's the Milwaukee. It's not the Milwaukee. Excuse me, Tampa Bay Bucks. Right now they're 4-5, but we all know they play in a horrible division. Respect all you football players, but that division is. If you look around the league, they're typically one of the worst divisions. They have some very favorable games. They have games against the Browns, the Cardinals, the Panthers, Falcons, and the Saints. And the other 3 teams they can also beat: Seattle, Cincy. Both of those games are at home, and the one away game they have that they could possibly lose is San Francisco. But who knows? We're talking about Tom Brady here, and then on top of that, it seems to be the divorce is final. It seems to be Tom Brady. The last drive last week was Tom Brady, and we all know Leonard Fournette seems to gain steam as the season starts to get close to the post game. So I don't think anybody will want to play that Bucks team in a wild card game. And like I say, their schedule is pretty fucking favorable.
And they getting defensive players back.
And they're getting healthy too.
Yeah,
So that's my if a team right now, like I said, at 4-5 below 500, I could see them maybe losing one more game this year. And end up being, what would that be, 13-5,
Yeah,
something like that. I mean, they can be tough, man. So I got the Bucks. Who you got, man? Team's gonna turn around.
LA Rams.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
They got a chance. Stafford's first year out from Detroit. He goes and gets the Super Bowl. Do you not think he's still hungry? Like, I don't think they gonna lose out. Let's put it like this. They gonna go in and put in 110%. And I can see them turning this whole thing around. It just takes one game, one moment, that whole thing for unity just to click. And when it clicks for that team, it's gonna click. And they can hit you hard. Multiple positions. Defense, offense. Everything gets the click and they're gonna look like the champs again.
It's possible.
It's possible. I don't see it happening, but it's possible.
It's possible.
It's possible. I like the Rams, man, but I think they still got a hangover from all that drinking they was doing, and from the way they playing. And I think they really missing Von Miller. They are missing Von Miller. I mean, Aaron Donald can't do it by himself.
That's the
And
second piece,
Odell.
though.
And Odell. Because I think they thought the play they would get. I think they thought Allen Robinson would pick up that slack, and he hasn't. So, but yeah, I'm not mad at that pick though. Who'd you have? Be out there
I cheated
saying
again.
Oh, wow.
I
You
cheated
got 5
again. I
players.
picked two.
Okay.
I picked 2 teams.
Okay.
I picked the Chargers and I picked the Bengals. Chargers and the Bengals. Because the Chargers getting Keenan Allen back and Bosa back, and the Bengals getting Chase back. You know what I'm saying? And Bengals, you know what I'm saying, they actually turning around already before Chase even, you know what I'm saying, even back yet. So, and the Chargers, man, they just, I should start picking these motherfuckers to hit the
That's what you
win.
need to stop doing.
I told you.
That's first
I
and
told
foremost.
you. They got a lot of talent. Of
Yeah.
talent, but it seemed like they never.
Well, let's
Listen.
see. They got a shot.
When have you never heard of a Charger team not having a lot of talent?
Yeah, I know.
From Antonio Gates to
LaDainian
LaDainian
Thomas,
Thomas to
man.
everybody.
Man,
They've always had
Drew
talent. When they had
Brees.
Sherman
I used to
on both
love that
sides of the
Drew
ball.
Brees, yeah.
Now you hear the post.
Merriman.
They've always had it on both sides of the ball. But what have they won?
Yeah, plenty of motherfuckers.
For my life. What have they won?
Junior Say Al.
I got family members that Chargers fans, and I'll be like, man, y'all always got talent, but y'all go nowhere. Nowhere.
Nowhere.
Y'all like the Vikings. I'm saying, man. Y'all had Randy Moss, AP.
Hey.
Well, if you would have gave the Bears one of them, boy, we would have been to the moon and back. We'd have been like, man, how many rings? Oh, we got this.
That's almost like having 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks for almost 3 Who you think gonna turn this season around?
I cheated too, like B. I got 2
Oh,
teams.
wow.
Look out. It's all about me.
I know. Bears and the Cowboys.
Okay.
Bears and the
I'm not
Cowboys.
mad at
I think
I'm not.
the Cowboys. The only thing keeping the Cowboys back is a lack of run game because something with Zeke. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with him, but he's just not playing like Zeke.
I know it's wrong. They keep giving them good. They keep giving him the ball too much.
Pollard has
Yeah.
actually came in and turned up.
Yeah, I would get the ball to Pollard more.
With the new advancements with him, I can see him turn up. Dak was playing good, but Dak can fuck up quick. But he's another person who also gets hot as far as the season goes on and stuff like that, and he gets to rolling. And once he gets to rolling, I feel like they schedule is a very up and down schedule. Some beatable teams in there for well, but I think they could turn their stuff around and have a nasty wild card because I think the Eagles are going to take off with the division. They already have taken off with the division. I'm not even going to stutter with that, but I think they make for a crazy wild card chase between a couple teams, and I think the Bears are going to be one of those teams because who I think is I think the Niners are taking off with the division, so it's going to be the Rams, the Bears. I don't see nobody like the Saints or nothing like that going out, and then I see like the Cowboys all making a run for that wild card. That's how I really see it.
That's not bad.
Yeah, Cowboys
I can
definitely
see
gonna
that.
get that wild card.
I could definitely see that.
I think.
So
That defense-
that's where like
that
it's
defense
fluctuating, So with that being said, that's why I got 2 teams there. That's why I went with that.
That makes sense.
So I mean, so you might as well go ahead and just go ahead and move right into that next segment. Who's gonna beat 2 teams in the Super Bowl? We got a minute. We got a minute. Minute and 51.
Philly and Bills.
Philly Bills.
Yep.
Wow. Philly Chiefs. Philly Chiefs.
Oh well, Philly and Chiefs.
Philly and Chiefs. Okay, I went a little different, man. I want the Chiefs and Niners.
Oh,
I want the Chiefs and Niners. I think that
I
Niners
hate to
team
say that shit.
come
Jimmy
late.
fucking Niners.
That'd
Huh?
be nice. That'd be nice.
Jimmy G. You
They
can
got
say what
studs
you
over there.
want,
Man,
man.
Jimmy
Yeah.
good. The only thing
I
I said
Wow.
Jimmy G.
Yeah,
I said
yeah,
it solidly.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean,
I
they
give the
got.
man his flowers.
The only thing is, Jimmy struggles throwing that deep ball. He's consistent under 15 and 20 yards, but when you get past that, he struggles. Where Mahomes and Hurts, they be airing that shit out. That's the only difference. But their defense is immaculate.
I'm totally okay with him not being able to throw the deep ball, especially if they have to play Kansas City. Because if they're not throwing the deep ball, they're running the ball.
Yep.
Right.
And the
And
best
keeping
is
Bam off the
you're
field.
keeping him off the field. And one thing they can fucking do, and for one, they're getting healthy again.
Just run that ball.
And they can run the ball. So that's why I felt like getting
love
Christian
running that
McCaffrey.
ball.
So now you got McCaffrey and you got Debo back there. Either one of McCaffrey's a great route runner.
Yes.
No one talks about that.
And a passer.
Oh my God, yeah. Like he can. I mean, Walter Payton. I think Walter Payton has the record for passes by a running back. But like he can seriously do everything. on top of Debo being able to do everything, I think that they're going to be tough, man. They are going to be tough. But that's two teams I got. Last segment, man. You all motherfuckers already know what it is. B.I., please tell these people, man, what time it is, man.
Trade yourself, man. Trade yourself.
Trade your motherfucking self. Who need to trade themselves, Stubby?
The Browns.
Damn.
God
damn. Those
God
hit.
damn.
They be getting hit from our left field, dog.
Damn.
Even Gus come on the show and just be
God
like, yeah, man, fuck the
damn.
Browns, man. Fuck the Browns.
I got a garbage can for them right now if they want to throw some money in it.
Oh, wow. The motherfucking Browns again. Hey, trade y'all. So why they need to trade themselves, though?
They need to give me a contract right now to do the same thing Watson doing.
Oh,
Sitting there and
shit.
taking notes.
Oh, shit. Shots fired. I like that.
I can't play a game. $230 million. How much of that's guaranteed?
All that.
Oh, yeah, I like all that shit.
All that.
Yeah, you getting this money.
All right,
All that.
I'm eating. I'm finna sit here until y'all make me have to play a game.
That's hard.
And
I
you
like
still
that.
don't know what you're gonna get with them.
For real. Real shit.
You still don't know what you're gonna get with them
Real
because
shit.
when that man gets hit by actual players, it's gotta be how many years? Well, like a year or two now.
Yeah.
You ain't got hit yet, so we don't know how you gonna bounce back from that. You used to getting hit every day, damn near, when you were playing, from college to your first game in the pros throughout. You ain't got hit in a few years, my boy. Let's see how you bounce back.
I like that. I like that a lot. What you say, B.I.? We need to trade that stuff.
Brian Dope. Brian don't need to go ahead. Look, he ain't ring chasing no more. This shit's over. It's over. So motherfucking go ahead and wait on your son. You know what I'm saying? Wait on your son, dog. You know what I'm saying? You can be the new street clothes. You know what I'm saying? All you gotta do is low manage. That's all you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? That's what I be on. Wait for your son, dog. You got what, a couple years, you know what I'm saying? You can, man, y'all can get that nigga to a team. Just trade yourself. This is for future references. I ain't saying leave now. You know what I'm saying? You can do whatever you want to do. You can coach. I don't give a fuck what you do. But just don't go around having those CEO career-ending injuries before your son get here. Because we're going to have to see the rebirth of King Griffith Sr. and Jr. on the field at the same time. That's all I'm saying, man. It's out of love. It's out of love. I'm talking about.
Oh, shit. Who need to trade themselves, though?
Aaron Rodgers. Man, Green Bay. Call your motherfucking choices what it is and trade that
I
man
like that.
to either Las Vegas or somebody else who's a quarterback away, but somewhere nowhere in the NFC,
Rams.
somewhere all the way in the AFC, and you trade him
Saints.
and you get the most picks you can get and get you a new quarterback. I don't feel like he want to play for y'all no more. I ain't being a hater. I'm just being an observer.
Perfect pick.
I talked to plenty Packer fans,
Division,
and they
Raiders,
feel the
he'll
same
never
thing.
win.
Why give him Devontae Adams back though?
Because he wants to make it out that shit. He won't make it past the Chiefs.
But that's
You
a
wanna make
team
it
that
past
was
the
a
Chiefs,
quarterback
yeah.
away who will give you draft picks and whatever you need. They'll give you pieces that you can rebuild.
Just to
The
watch
Saints
him
should do the
struggle.
same thing.
But the Saints are in the
The Saints
NFC,
are
and you don't want
They're in
you don't want
NFC,
to trade. You don't
yeah.
want to really trade to the
Nah,
NFC.
not
like
to the
that.
NFC. That's why I said
would.
Vegas.
Yeah,
He in the hard
That's-
ass
that's-
division.
that's
He'll
one of the
never
best-
make it out of his own division most likely. And you can sit back and watch him struggle. It's like giving a hungry person some chewing gum. Well, they can chew and they won't get full.
Damn.
damn, man.
It's weird.
That's deep.
Weird.
That was deep and
That's
cruel
deep,
at the
but
same time.
I say that because I think you get the picks you can get right now, and you start rebuilding. I'm just saying it doesn't feel like he wants to be there right now. And they're not on the same
I would have been
page.
trading him.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I actually thought about trading him.
I would have
long
traded
ass
him
time
last
ago.
year.
But
That's a good pick, but it's a good pick every week. We can always say
But-
trade him.
Oh, yeah.
We can always say
Absolutely.
trade him.
But the thing about it was there wasn't a lot of people biting on that, and right now I think he can still scrap together some type of trade value. Where last year they're like maybe, but I don't know. I don't know if this dampens his trade value, even if he has a year like this, because he's still a back-to-back MVP and he still can make these passes when he has a healthy line and some good receivers. And we've never really seen him around some elite receivers. The reason I say that, I don't take nothing away from Adams, but he made Adams. He made Cobb. He makes those throws that get to those guys. Yeah, they can get open, but he was putting the motherfucking ball in some tight spots to hit these guys over.
Man.
But now you see Adams over here with Carr, and them numbers kind of dwindle down.
Man, that dude is the Kyrie Irving of football. It's
It's
his personality. It ain't got nothing to do with what he can do on the field.
but he can.
I want
play.
to know how many drugs he gonna try to do before he come to camp this year. I want to know.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
But
like
I
if he's
just-
about
I
to
don't-
be throwing the receivers under the bus.
I
every
don't.
week.
But
wanna
I
know
don't
shit like
question
this.
his talent. I question what's around him. Nothing. Nothing.
That's a fact.
And that's the proven
Packers didn't give
thing.
a fuck about him.
This
They
man,
threw his whole
this
career
man
away.
thrives. This man thrives in a West Coast system, and you've done everything to work against a West Coast system. You put him in a zone run offense, and he tells you that your offense has flaws, and you give him no weapons.
No,
I'm just saying. There's difference. There's sides to this, but let him go to the Raiders and run a West Coast offense out there. I guarantee he's give him Waller. Give him a number one overall pick
For real.
tight end.
He can throw
Yeah,
that ball.
he could have.
Give him Devontae Adams back. Give him some.
Nah, but I mean, he could have had all that,
He could have.
but he took the bag.
He did.
Yep.
I
He
mean,
did.
so like,
He-
so
that's
so.
a fact.
I
That is a fact.
so
He
the
did that.
so I mean,
Yeah.
so
There's
the
no
whole-
sympathy.
I mean, so the whole
Right.
thing
You
about
take the money.
the
That's what I was about to
The
say.
Packers have done everything in their power to put good pieces around Aaron Rodgers. They put a
With
good
what they got, with money wise.
They put a good defense around Aaron Rodgers. If you look at all those wide receivers that you're talking about, they drafted those guys. They drafted Randall Cobb. They drafted Devontae Adams. They're the ones that did all that. They drafted Donald Driver. They did all that drafting. They were the ones that helped develop. Because as we see, Aaron Rodgers isn't that type of leader.
Yeah.
He just isn't. He's a great talent. But when you talk about leaders, you're talking about
He said
Russell
the Kyrie
Wilson.
Irving of
You're talking about Tom Brady. You're talking about guys, Peyton Manning. You're talking about guys
Drew Brees.
that Drew Brees that call their rookies, hey, we're meeting up here. Won't you come out?
I don't see that, and that's what
And
I said that too.
and
that's crazy to me.
And that's what I'm so the Packers have done. They've held up their end of the bargain. They haven't went out there and gotten big time wide receivers, but they've developed wide receivers, which is even better because we're saving money and we're putting talent around you. This whole thing right now is happening to Aaron Rodgers. We don't know how good those wide receivers are going to be because Devontae Adams and all those other wide receivers, Jordy Nelson, they weren't good their rookie year. They had to develop. So what I think is going to happen, he took the bag. You're going to have to deal with this. When those receivers do get good, you're going to be out the door. So I feel like the best thing for Aaron Rodgers to do is absolutely ask for a trade. Because right now, like that team, they're not finna go nowhere. We don't, like I said, we don't know how good those receivers going to be.
But what the only thing I would say is name a Packer receiver that's ever left the Packers and been better than what they were with Aaron Rodgers.
Devontae Adams is playing better.
But he's
than
not.
Aaron Rodgers.
He doesn't have. He's not putting up better numbers than when he went. Them nowhere near the numbers they had. They were
That's
one of the number one, number two duos.
Yeah.
Derek Carr and
Yes.
him are not one of the one or two duos.
No, they're not. But no, they're not. But he
They were
didn't-
leading
but he didn't-
touchdowns and receptions and catches.
No, he's not. But Devontae Adams is still top 5 in the league in
He is.
yards.
He's still gonna get
Aaron
his.
Rodgers and the Packers are out dead last in offense.
They are.
That's what I mean by what I'm saying. No, Devontae Adams is still elite.
He
He's-
was a good player regardless. That's what it be said. But a lot of those other receivers, Aaron Rodgers made them. Aaron Rodgers made them. There's specific passes that over the shoulder throw with him and Jordy Nelson that nobody else has been able to perfect with him but Jordy. That's a key thing between them. When Jordy left, he wasn't catching them passes no more like
that
that.
might be true, but that's not saying Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
That's
But
not saying Aaron Rodgers. It's just
I just want to say
it's
one
like
time for
LeBron.
the
It's not
record.
the same LeBron.
Right,
LaFleur.
right.
LaFleur. I just
It's
gotta
him?
say that. LaFleur. The coach, man. This motherfucker was in.
He's not a good coach.
He was in charge. He was the offensive coordinator
Is he
for an
bad,
offense
though?
that was ranked 26 in the
He's not
NFL,
good.
and then they gave him Aaron Rodgers. I had no idea why he was. And then they showed.
Like he
I
was
was
the candidate?
wondering.
Like he was the number one
He
candidate?
ended up getting
Hey,
the job. But
everybody over there.
at some point in time, he was number one.
Somebody told me he had some nice ideas.
You know what I'm saying? On offense, nigga, you
Yeah,
had
that
one
shit was my
job, and your shit is ranked
Oh,
number
man, I'm
26.
sleep.
And we like, damn, Aaron.
We heard you
fucking
was
Rodgers.
these somewhere down the line.
Nah.
Man, it's been a good. Man, trade yourself, man. I went with Sean Marks. Sean Marks, that's the GM of the Brooklyn Nets. Bullshit that they got Kyrie. I'm gonna read it to y'all, man. He has to apologize and condemn the movie.
What?
Yeah, he has to apologize, condemn the movie. He also has to make a $500,000 donation to an anti-hate cause. He has to take sensitivity training, anti-Semitic training, and he also has to meet with what's this guy named Tarish?
Yeah.
No. He has to meet with one of the Jewish leaders, and he also has to meet with Joe Tsai, which is the owner of the Brooklyn Nets. I wrote this shit down. He has to meet with him to make sure, basically, that everything to basically demonstrate he understand what he did is wrong.
Time out.
Ridiculous.
Listen.
They do it too much.
Hey,
I'll pay you fine. I'll pay you fine. I'll go sit down and talk with these people, but there's no way that you're gonna tell me what to do in my off time. Like,
no, listen. I'm not paying none of that shit.
Yeah.
Y'all can have my
Yeah.
NBA contract. I'm going to China. I'm finna be the best hooper in China. I'm finna fuck them little Asian dudes up. That's all it is. They is not gonna be able to guard me. I'm finna sign me a $1 billion yen contract over there. And I'm finna ball the fuck out,
And then
nigga.
to give it to him,
For one, don't sign no billion yen, son. That shit gonna be a home run and a pizza. That's how you take that shit.
Hey, arrows.
Nigga, that's how you
I ain't
take
trying to be
shit
like
to
that.
the church.
Man, go overseas, bro.
That shit
Go
gonna be
overseas,
a home
bro.
run in, nigga.
He said a home run. He ain't lying.
I'm just
That's how
saying.
you take that shit to
Go overseas, Kyrie. They don't do you like that overseas, man. They don't care.
Fact.
They just like
The only reason why I said
They
I
took
just
Stephon
paid the
Marbury.
fine.
Man, you only gotta
Dog,
say
that
what you saying.
nigga used to eat Vaseline.
Goddamn.
That nigga used to go on Instagram live
He got
and
his own
take
statue.
Vaseline and scoop it and eat it. Talking about he'll clear out his inside. They took him and made a statue of that nigga over there. If he got a statue, Kyrie, you could have a village, a building. You could have your own 2 twin towers. Man, just go ahead, dog. Go ahead. Just do that, boy. Take Uncle Drew over there and just tear their ass up. You might even have to dress up. The NBA might even let you over there. You might have to dress up as Uncle Drew. Like, who is he? That's Uncle Drew.
That nigga will make
Hey, look at him fucking him up. Look at old as hell.
$1 million.
He's 68 years old. I'm just
And
saying.
he that cold with the rock. He would make $1 billion over there, dog. $1 billion. I swear to God.
No.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I absolutely don't agree with like I say, he already came out, he already made an apology, he already said if he offended anybody, I didn't mean to, that was
Right.
not. To me, that's enough. I mean, I don't know what else, you know what I'm saying? Like, to me, like all this, I gotta meet with a Jewish leader and this and that. Like,
Yeah.
what if I'm an atheist? Like, I hoop for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? So you mean to tell me that it's okay that other NBA players, they can tweet about fucking bitches, smoking weed, this and that. Oh, that's cool. Shooting guns and this and that. All that shit's cool. But when I tweet something that I feel like is simply just educational, I feel like that's educating my people. That don't mean I agree with every fucking thing. I love comic book movies. I don't agree with Wolverine just slicing a motherfucking neck off. But it's a movie. I enjoy action. You know what I'm saying? Just because you tweet something, that don't mean that you agree with everything in it. So I feel like what the NBA is doing They are absolutely doing the most. Knowledge is power. I mean, y'all can take that how y'all want to take it. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know about the movie, look at it yourself, and you know what I'm saying. You find out for yourself. I mean, but you can't pretend like what's out there isn't out there. You know what I'm saying? People gonna find it regardless. You know, so no, you wanna go ahead and want to opine on
But
that?
when it comes to like documentaries and stuff like that, nobody else says nothing about all the other documentaries. They have KKK documentaries.
Exactly.
They have all types of documentaries in the hood.
And
You know,
how many
Little
times-
Rock banging the loop.
you
I'm
know
just
how many
saying,
times
like,
you've been offended and
how
shit?
you
That's
watch
what
and
I'm talking
how you look at things is sometimes it's just meant to have a different perspective, open your mind to something. It's not always meant in like a negative way. And how this is kind of being spun like that is kind of wild to me because I look at Kyrie and I don't really take him as a anti-Semitic or a racist person or however you want to look at that. But if you want to kick some knowledge, I hear that. But there's a time and a place, and I don't like the loops that he has to go through neither. That's just nuts, man. Pay a fine, spend me my games, whatever, and let me go back. I don't have to do all this because I've seen the vice versa of this. There's been other people, players that say racist stuff back in the day on TV and stuff. They've never had to go and meet
With
Farrakhan,
Farrakhan, yeah.
or Jesse
Yeah, I
Jackson,
never had to go meet
or
with
nothing
Farrakhan.
like that.
I ain't never in my life seen a motherfucker have to go meet with Farrakhan.
Or you have to go sit down with a native leader
Yeah,
because you
like-
said something about the pipelines or something.
Yeah, that
I've never
sounds
seen
ridiculous.
this.
Yeah.
This is just way too far because now it feels like they're striking a nerve, and now he just has to go through these.
It's not striking a nerve. What it's doing is it's proving Kyrie's point.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
All that's doing is proving his point. Are people out there that feel like him,
Mhm.
that they feel like the media, whoever that might be, you know what I'm saying, they do try to stifle certain type of language, you know what I'm saying, because of who they are.
Muslims as well. Muslims as well.
So y'all can take that, you know what I'm saying, how y'all want to, but man, it's been a great show, man. Episode 26, man. So happy, man. Y'all keep following us, man. We already almost at 350 followers on Facebook, man. Please subscribe to us on Facebook. We're on Old Heads. You can also find us at Cehendo, CEEHENDO. Please lock in and subscribe, man. We need all y'all to subscribe, man. We love doing this, man. We're doing it for y'all. But man, eventually, we're gonna have to start bringing guests on. So man, we just trying to hustle and motivate, man. We getting it from the mud, man. We doing good, man. We're truly blessed to be here, man. Blessed for y'all rocking out with us. Also, if y'all don't have that app, please download that Bump That Radio app, man. Trying to bring radio back to how it used to be. It's a Saturday night, man. I know you might have a munchies or something like that. Please go check out Downtown Lacrosse Press Break, man. They got some great Chicago food, Chicago dogs. The Italian beefs are dope. The cheesy nachos, the cheesy beefs. Downtown Lacrosse, Wisconsin. Press Break, man. This is Old Heads episode 26. Like I said, I'm your co-host, Omar, a.k.a. O'Milly, a.k.a. Mr. Rello. If you know, you know. Man, it's a wrap, man. Y'all brothers, anything y'all want to say?
Shout out
Jeez.
Fred. Shout out Fred from Press Break. Shout out Moms.
Already.
Hey,
You did.
you did.
Yeah.
Yeah.